for NLC or Northern Lights College in the Philippines. Hi, Jamie.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Catherine, and also to my colleague Tan, and to every one of you attended this today's event. I hope you can learn a thing or two from all of us. Let me quickly share my screen and proceed with my presentation. Oops, sorry. Okay. Um, you can see my screen naman, right? Okay. Again, thank you everyone. My name is Jamie. I represent Northern Lights College in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia. And yeah, basically I'm here to talk about the college and the programs that we offer. And hopefully we can we have programs that fits your profile. We're located in the province of British Columbia in Canada, the westernmost part of Canada, the same province where Vancouver is located. However, if from Vancouver, it'll take you few hours more of land travel before you get to our region, which is called the Peace Region. That being said, if you arrive in Vancouver International Airport, you have a direct flight here in the Philippines via Philippine Airline, if I'm not mistaken. Um, you have to schedule or you have to book your domestic flight going to Peace Region from Vancouver. So that'll take you another 1.5 hours domestic flight. I recommend that you do the air travel instead of land travel, especially for first timers, because it'll take you 10 to 12 hours if you do by land travel from Vancouver to the Peace Region. So you can book to either of our Dawson Creek or Fort St. John city, and our campuses that caters to international students are located in those cities as well. We are a public college in Canada, meaning our programs are PGWP eligible. We are also a DLI or designated learning institutions. You don't have to worry about the eligibility for work permit after studying, because as being a public college means you're eligible after studying. We have 5 campuses in total. I only mentioned 2, which are located in Dawson Creek or Fort St. John, because the rest of the campus that we have do not cater to international students. Okay, so even if you want to study elsewhere in the region, you can't. You can only choose between Dawson Creek or Fort St. John. Our main campus is in Dawson Creek. However, Fort St. John is bigger, is a much bigger city compared to Dawson Creek. To give you an idea, by land area, Fort St. John is bigger, and also by population. The population in Fort St. John is about 20,000 and about 12,000 in Dawson Creek. Um, and some programs are campus specific. I'll talk about it later on. We cover about 324,000 square kilometers, which is almost the same size as the Philippines. So you can only imagine that the 5 campuses that we have is actually scattered across the land area as big as the Philippines. Um, yeah, and about programs, I have a separate slide for that we'll talk about later on. We also have a very safe and supportive environment, and I'm happy to inform you that we have a very active and supportive Filipino community in the region, in the cities of Dawson Creek and Fort St. John. And these Filipinos are actually from elsewhere in Canada, and they've decided to move in the region because of better opportunity in terms of work and lower cost of living. And then eventually, this Filipino community that we have in the region is also supporting and helping the Filipino students that are arriving in the cities or in the region, which is a beautiful thing to witness. So don't worry about missing out on our culture and stuff, because there's a lot of Filipinos there. This is the facade of our Dawson Creek campus. We're also the Center of Excellence for Aerospace in North BC, and the Center of Excellence for Clean Energy Technology. Now, if you're in engineering background, from an engineering background, and you're interested to study at Northern Lights College, I would highly recommend you go to our aircraft maintenance technician. Engineering, applicants or students with engineering background are highly encouraged to take that program. It's really good course. Yeah, and also if your background is in health and medical, um, all of our health related programs are only offered in Dawson Creek campus. Okay, and all our computer related IT program and accounting program is offered in Fort St. John campus only. We have programs that are offered to both campuses, for example, business management and social services worker. But we have a cheat sheet, so later on I'll show you. It will show you which campus caters to which program. Now, these are the usual questions that you guys have, or the usual information that you gather when choosing which institution to go or which part of Canada to go. So I've included this to my presentation because I understand where you're coming from. First off, let's talk about money matters, which makes or breaks the decision whether or not you apply. I'm happy to inform you that NLC offers one of the lowest tuition fee in Canada, only about 11,000 Canadian dollar per year. And when I say per year, it means 2 semesters already. Okay, the initial tuition deposit is only 6,000 Canadian dollar, and that also covers your first semester. That is universal to all our programs. So regardless of the program that you choose, our tuition deposit is 6,000 Canadian dollar. That, or you can also opt to pay the whole 1 year tuition fee. It's entirely up to you. Now, for Philippines, this is exclusively for Filipinos only. When I say Filipinos, I mean Philippine passport holder. If you're a graduate of 4 years bachelor's degree, then IELTS may not be required from you. So, yeah, if you finish a 4 years degree, then to apply to us, you don't need to submit an IELTS exam, except for 3 particular programs, which are not included in the waiver. That's practical nursing, health studies, and healthcare assistant. Okay, those 3 programs still requires IELTS. But other than that, if you're a degree holder, it has to be 4 years. If your degree is only 3 years, then you're not eligible for this. And that being said, if you don't have 4 years bachelor's degree, for example, you're a K-12 graduate, ongoing college student, you finish a vocational program or associate programs, that means you will have to take the IELTS exam and submit the IELTS exam when applying to Northern Lights College. Okay. Francis and Catherine, the host of this event, Canada, is knowledgeable in terms of the IELTS policy of NLC. So if you forgot what I just said, you can communicate, you can have a consultation with them, and then they'll tell you about it. So this is the cheat sheet that I mentioned earlier. You can find our programs on our website. However, we've listed everything there, including the programs that are not offered to international students. So if you go to our website to check, it might confuse you because there's a lot of programs, and you might be choosing unknowingly choosing programs that are not even offered to international students. So to properly guide you, we list down every program that is open to international students. So here it is. And it's a cheat sheet in a way because you'll see everything. IELTS, if you're required to take the IELTS, you're not included in the waiver, the IELTS score that you need to meet, how much is the tuition fee per year, the duration of the program, is it 2 years, is it 1 year, and which campus offers or caters for that program, and what are the available intakes. Okay, we have programs that are open every intake. Say, for example, all our post-degree diploma programs, business management, health administration, and information technology are open every January, May, and September. Our early childhood education and care is only open every September intake. And aircraft maintenance is only open every February and September. Social services workers every May and September only. So this page here will actually guide you and show you the information that you need. Okay. Canada has a copy of this. If you want to have a copy of this, you can ask them to send you a copy. But yeah, this is a really helpful piece of information. Now, moving on with job opportunities, I know that this is often asked. Like, okay, I'm going to Canada, and you're expected to earn your living expenses. Of course, we know that your plans to work while studying so that you can pay the rent and be able to eat. And I'm happy to tell you that in our region, the job opportunity is not even a question. Like, there's a lot. um, as for our students who are currently in studying in Northern Lights College, some of them even have the liberty to choose which jobs to take. Is sometimes they get 3 offers or 4 offers. Because what you can do is just submit you can apply online or you can apply via walk-in, and then once you get the offer from different employers, you can actually choose. As some of our students do that. Strategically, they think of, is it near the college or is it near where I'm staying, and many things. But to summarize it, there's a lot of opportunity for work. 95% of our international students are working part-time. The remaining 5% are those who are financially capable to support themselves without studying part-time. But for Filipinos, I can tell you 100% of our Filipino students are working because, well, Filipinos are just workaholic. Bottom line. We can't not work. So in our case, finding job in our region is actually quite easy. Also, it's worth noting that we are a we are a community-based college, meaning the kind of what we do is cater to what's needed in the region or what's needed in our community. So the kind of job that are in shortage, for example, so whatever program listed earlier, the slide I showed you, those are the kind of jobs and career that are highly in demand or have shortage in our region, specifically in our region. So if you choose any of that program and you decide to stay in our region, chances of getting a full-time job is very high. And also you can see here the BC labor market outlook for the next 10 years, starting 2019 to 2029. That's a 10-year employment projection. This will show you the composition of job openings for the next 10 years. 47% will be coming from retiring workers, and Canada is an aging country. There will be a massive retirement in the incoming years. So that means job openings for international students, for migrants, and yeah. And also 53% will be coming from the economic growth, which will give you 18,000 total. And 80,000 may sound small if we're talking about the Philippines, of course, because we are 100 plus, 110 million population here in the Philippines for a very small size, for a very small country. Canada is small. The country is big. It's the second largest country in the world, but the population of the whole Canada is only about 35, 37 million. So it's understandable that 18,000 is huge if we're talking about Canada. So that means if you stay in a region, there's a lot of opportunity. That's what I'm saying. I cannot emphasize this enough. Whoops, before I proceed, there's just a short video of our, I'm gonna check the audio to make sure that it'll also play for you. This is a short video of our students, and one of the student featured here is actually a Filipina.
Taking the risk to come to Canada is something that is totally worth it. It's worth it because it's a country that is opening the doors for international persons. It's giving opportunities, and it's a country that is always gonna recognize the respect for the other. My name is Carolina Arango, and I am from Colombia. I came to Dawson Creek in 2018.
I'm Myrene de la Peña Tesico. I came from the Philippines. I arrived here last September 2019. So I've been here for 6 months, and as for my experience, I'm really happy, very gratefully happy with what I am right now in here.
I love this college. I love my instructors. They're always willing to listen, to respond to your doubts, and to help you, to provide you all the information that can help you make the learning process easier.
So since I came here, I think the best part is the people. The people in here were so friendly, they're so accommodating, and they helped me to become a better person.
It's something different. It's a city that offers you a connection with the nature, and it's beautiful. There's lakes, there's these sunsets and sunrises that are magical.
I think they better choose Northern Lights College. Not only because it's affordable, but also the people in here, the instructor, the staff, they're willing to help you with all your needs. Not only specifically in your studies, but also in your personal lives.
It's amazing, and we never imagined it was gonna be like that. So it surprised us, but in a good way.
Okay, so just to give you a sneak peek of how satisfied our students. Both of them are still studying. I believe they are in their practicum um, stage now. Okay. We also have on-campus residents. So let's talk about cost of living. There's 3 types of accommodation in Canada. Off-campus accommodation, which is the most affordable, the lowest. It'll cost you about $350 to $450 a month. Depends on the kind of accommodation you're getting, right? But the range is around that amount. So the on-campus accommodation is actually slightly higher than off-campus accommodation. It will cost you $520 a month, but that includes everything, such as water, internet, and electricity. 1 student per room. So since it's a 4-bedroom unit, 4 students will share in 1 unit. You get your own room. Rooms are not shared. Okay. The only shared areas are the common areas, such as living area, kitchen, and whatnot. And the most expensive is the homestay. It will cost you about $800 to $900, but normally the homestay includes your food as well. So if you're going to ask me for my personal recommendation, this is a personal opinion, I would suggest you would go. I would suggest you'd go for our on-campus accommodation or student housing for 2 months, and then after that span of time, you get to meet other international students, the people around you, your schedule, the city itself. So, and that also allows you the opportunity to look around for an accommodation that is much more affordable, and find yourself a roommate so you can split your expenses and then move out to an off-campus accommodation after. So that's the rent. If we sum up all the expenses or the living cost for a month In our region, it will cost you about $700 to $800 all in. Transportation, health insurance, BC medical insurance, it's a mandatory, I think, per month. Food, rent, um, mobile, everything, probably around $700 to $800 a month. Of course, it depends on your lifestyle, but that's actually very cheap already. Because if we compare that to bigger cities such as, for example, Vancouver, it'll cost you $1,500 to $2,000 for 1 month living costs, which is, almost um, half expensive than what we have in the region. Plus, the the income is the same because the minimum wage in Vancouver is the same as the minimum wage we have in the region. So it applies to whole of the province. Okay, and BC is our minimum wage is higher than other provinces. Okay, I believe it's now it will raise to $15.20 by June, but right now it's still $14.60. $14.60, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's actually quite good. Because if you multiply that to 20, you do the math. Let's not do the math here. But to give you an idea, $14.60 times 20 for 20 hours per week. And if you're able to find work on campus, since you're a public college, that's on top of your 20 hours per week. Okay, because the 20 hours is for the off-campus work. If you find job on campus, that's additional working hours. And that's only during the semester. During your breaks, so vacation, summer, some break, or holidays, you're actually allowed to work full time. So that should be enough to cover your expenses. Okay, moving on, let's talk about the climate. Canada is still 4 seasons, meaning we have winter, which we don't get here in the Philippines. And I based on my experience, a lot of Filipinos are excited to experience this, even though it's gonna be cold. It is cold. I'm not gonna downplay it. It will reach up to -30 to -35, I think, during the winter season. But that's okay because it's only cold outside. Only if you have to go outside. Everywhere else, indoors, including your cars, have heaters and warmers. So it'll be fine. So whenever you have to go outside, say you wanna, do some winter sports like skiing, you just have to be properly clothed. And part of the orientation from the college is how to properly clothe yourself during winter season. So meron kaming orientation for that. So don't worry about it. And also, ang affected lang naman dito is yung mga dadating ng winter intake, which is January. So the rest, May is spring, September is fall. But don't worry because you still get to enjoy the winter season. Here's an example of how Canadians enjoy the winter season.
I've been coming to the High on Ice Festival in Fort St. John for 5 or 6 years now, and what I love about it is the town is just so welcoming. There's just great people everywhere doing all kinds of different things. It's always so interesting to meet new people, even though most of the time they're bundled up, you don't get to see much of their faces. There's so many activities from morning to night, and there's so many people coming together to celebrate winter. You get all walks of life that are able to actually come and enjoy this festival, and then add 6 professional carvers into it. It's just like, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
See, so it's not so bad. And I mentioned we're 4 seasons, so other than winter, there's summer, spring, and fall, which are equally beautiful, by the way. So you get to do different outdoor activities in different seasons, which is pretty cool. Now, in a nutshell, by the way, this is the Northern Lights. The background is the Northern Lights. If you're, curious about why we are named Northern Lights College, that's because we have Northern Lights in the region. So when you go and study in our region, especially during winter season, you get to witness the Northern Lights as well. So that's how it looks. This one's taken in Dawson Creek, actually. Now, in a nutshell, if you're looking for a college that offers affordable tuition fee, shockingly affordable, IELTS can be waived. Public college, meaning PGWP eligible, better job opportunity, lower cost of living, and if you want to experience the Northern Lights or the Aurora Borealis, then Northern Lights is the perfect place for you. How to apply? Please submit your documents to the host of this event, to either Francis or Catherine from Kanata team. Your passport, college diploma, transcript, college transcript, high school diploma and transcript if they're available. And IELTS again can be waived if you're a 4 years bachelor's degree holder. Application fees waived for everyone who attended this event. And that's it. That actually concludes my presentation.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. Our second speaker is the international representative for Confederation College. He handles the Philippine and Vietnam market. Let us all welcome Min Tan. Hi, Min. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Francis, Jamie. Good afternoon, Kanata, and everyone. My name is Min, and I am a school representative of Confederation College. My school is in Ontario. So let me share my presentation. Um, So you may know that when international students go to Canada for education, uh, they also have the purpose to look for the permanent residence in the future after graduating from a college, from a university. And as you may know that Thunder Bay is a very wonderful place, is a very welcoming place to welcome new immigrant, new international students, just because we have a very new immigration stream covered our place. The stream, the pilot named RIP. It is just right here, rural and northern immigration pilot. That's very, very important because in the same like any other places in Canada, you will have the federal stream, the provincial nominee stream to cover your place. But also in Thunder Bay, we have more information than that. We have more benefits than that because we have a certain immigration stream covers our place. That is RIP. And all the requirement under this immigration stream is very, very welcoming, is very easy for international students who graduate from a college in that area. Because of RIP in Thunder Bay, a lot of international students comes to Confederation College to look for not just the education, but also the opportunity for PR in the future. And this is the second year of RIP in Thunder Bay, and because of last year 2020, we have so a good result of the applicant, and we also get the approval from our RIP authority. So because of that, this year 2021, Thunder Bay has even more seats for this program compared to last year. And this year we have 150% of new seats opened for permanent residents in Thunder Bay through RIP. And under this stream in 2020, the requirement has just been opened. There's no age limit at all for any graduate from Confederation College when they apply for a permanent resident under RIP. And under RIP from 2021, all the occupation list has been extended to new categories. So 100 programs from Confederation College can lead students to RIP permanent residents. And if you graduate from a 2 years program of Confederation College, then RIP in Thunder Bay does not require you to submit English certificate anymore, and you are exempt from work experience. Besides of the immigration streams covering our place, we also have so many wonderful information why you should go to Thunder Bay in Ontario. First of all, my city is located in Northwest Ontario, and it is the most vibrant city here. Um, from Toronto, students take a flight to go to Thunder Bay in just 15 minutes. So as mentioned by Jamie, in Canada, that's a very large country, the second largest country in the world. And from this city to another city, people used flight rather than like taking the cars to travel from this to that because it's so large. And from Toronto to Thunder Bay, students take a flight in 90 minutes. And every day, the international airport in Thunder Bay welcome about 18 aircraft movement from from Toronto to go to Thunder Bay. And we share the border with the state. From Confederation College, students take a car to go to the border just in 15, 20 minutes to step into Minnesota, the state of America. And Thunder Bay is the second happiest city in the whole Canada, just because of the living standard, just because of it's very safe, because of the weather, etc. That make Thunder Bay the second happiest city in Canada. That's very important because when you go to another country, a very new country, you should choose the place which is so wonderful for you for the new life, right? And Thunder Bay is big, yes. Our area has the double size of the whole Philippines. And in Thunder Bay, we have the largest inland port in the world. That's the reason why students graduating from business program, especially in international business, they will have a lot of job opportunity. And Thunder Bay is ranked in top 10 of outdoor activities. So students will have a lot of activity, especially in winter time and also in summer times. This is also very famous because it's so beautiful. In Canada, there are 7 natural wonders, and you may know the Niagara Falls. However, it is ranked number 3, and Sleeping Giant in Thunder Bay is ranked number 1 out of 7 natural wonders. And Confederation College has 9 campuses along one side of the lake named Superior. And this is the largest freshwater lake in the world. If students take a car to go around this lake, it takes them 3 days just to finish one round of the lake. Can you imagine that? Just because of this lake, the temperature there is very, very convenient, very like comfortable, especially during the winter time. Um, Thunder Bay is very developed, so that's why it's provide more job opportunity for students when they come in Thunder Bay to study at Confederation College, and they do some part-time jobs in the community. So as mentioned, students are allowed to work 20 hours per week, and with the minimum salary of 14 Canadian dollars per hour of working. And Thunder Bay is quite famous for the living expenses because it's very affordable. If students rent a room here, they need to pay about like 400, 500 Canadian dollar for one room. And if a student compare the price with Toronto or Vancouver, they may pay a double price for the same size of room compared with Thunder Bay. And if they need to buy grocery for their food every week, they need to pay about 40, 50 Canadian dollar for a week. So they need to work part-time in about 3 hours, 4 hours, and then they have enough money for buying the groceries for a week. And the weather in Thunder Bay is also very bright because Thunder Bay is the sunniest city in Eastern Canada. You still have the sun up to like 10 p.m. every day, because in a year we have more than 300 days of sunshine. In the morning you have the sun, and then you go to school, you go to work part-time, and after that, when you are about to sleep, you still have the sun. It's all bright. And why should you choose Confederation College for your studying in the future? First of all, we are a public school established in 1967. And in Thunder Bay, there's a combo of a college and a university. Confederation College and our neighbor, Lakehead University, it is just 15 minutes away from our college, and we can provide two letter acceptance for one application. We are flexible to support students with a visa application and for actual study. And we can offer the conditional letters for students when you don't have all the document required by the college. So we can issue you the conditional offer. Then when you have everything, you can submit to the agent in order to get the full offer. We waive the application fee for you. Usually, if you browse our website, if you contact me directly to apply for the college, then you have to pay for 95 Canadian dollar. But if you go with Canada, our authorized agent, then the application fee is waived. You don't need to pay for it. And we waive IELTS for all programs, 100% program at Confederation College. Even like you are high school graduate, even you are university graduate, and you can take any program, for example, like aviation or health or dental hygiene, practical nursing. All the program we waive IELTS for you. You don't need to worry about this anymore. And in Thunder Bay, if you are a student, an international student in Thunder Bay, the public transportation is free. So as I mentioned, it's a very large area. However, with the student ID card, you can take a bus to go everywhere. You can take it to go to the church, to go to the supermarket, or to go to the school. And because of this policy, then for a year you can save up to 1,500 Canadian dollar. And if you stay there for 2 years, and all of you will save up to 3,000 Canadian dollar. That's so wonderful. And the healthcare insurance is already included in the annual fee every year. So as an international student in Thunder Bay, you do not need to worry about this anymore. We do have the residence right on our campus if you want to stay there. And we also have the homestay services when you want to stay with Canadian families. However, we always recommend students, especially mature students, to rent a room outside the school just because the renting fee is low. And then it is very easy to find a room, and this is quite close to our campus. So it's very convenient for you to study and then to work some part times in a week. And in Thunder Bay, we do have very big Filipino community, and we have a good number of Filipino students studying at Confederation College. So as a newcomer, you do not feel lonely when you are there. And at my school, we do have the job fairs, the job center, in order to train you some skill, how to write a CV, how to answer questions from employers in order to find part-time job, right? You are a student at Confederation College. We offer so many programs which have co-op, which have like job placement, internship, where you can have an opportunity to work like a real employee in the industry, where you can find jobs after graduation. We do have the entry scholarship from 500 to 1,000 Canadian dollar, based on your GPA, because we waive IELTS already. And for more detail, you should contact Canada for more information. We also have the in-program scholarship, and if you need more information, I think you should book the consultation with Francis, with Kat, after the webinar. we in general, Confederation College offer 166 programs. However, for international students, we offer 70 programs. And in front of you is the list of health-related programs for you, including the certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma, and also postgraduate program for the degree holder. So we have health, dental assisting, dental hygiene, medical laboratory assistant. And at Confederation College, personal support worker is very famous because we guarantee full-time job for students after graduating from this program. It is just a one-year program with 2 semesters. Semester 1, you take some theory, and for semester 2, there will be co-op included. And we also have 3 programs for community services, including developmental service worker, early childhood education, and recreation therapy. I have to say that the job prospect for these 3 programs are so wonderful in Thunderbay. And also the salary for this program after graduation is also very good, very high in Thunderbay. We have 2 programs for degree holder, that is health informatics and leadership for healthcare professionals. There are 1 semester, 2, or even 3 semesters in a year for you to take the program. It can be in September, January, and May. And for engineering and technology, we have aviation technology, we have aircraft maintenance, we have so many options for engineering technology like civil engineering, computer programming, electrical, electronics, automation, mechanical engineering. We have many options for skill trade in one-year program here. And there are 5 postgraduate programs for the engineering related areas. So as you see, we waive all IELTS for any programs. And for these 5 postgraduate programs, there are 3 intakes, mostly 2 or 3 intakes in a year. We have so many options for business, in marketing, in human resources management, in accounting. We have 4 postgraduate programs related to business here. We also have culinary management, which is very famous for Filipino students because the job prospect, because of the co-op programs, because of a lot of things. Then this program attract so many Filipino students. We waive IELTS, and there's no age limit when you start applying for Confederation College, so you do not need to worry about this. We want to see your high school and transcript if you apply for the certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma programs. And if you apply for postgraduate program, we want to see your university diploma and transcript. We also require you to upload your passport. And if you are a student graduating from the old curriculum high school, this means that you just have the high school graduate certificate and transcript with just grade 10. We also accept you. However, we want to see your CV. If you have the 2 years experience in the field you are going to apply for, and then you will be fine, you will be accepted by Confederation College. And after receiving the offer from this college, we require you to pay for 1 semester of tuition fee for the deposit to keep a seat at Confederation College. And I want to show you another information. So we just offer some seat for practical nursing, and these seats are just open for Filipino students only. As you may know that the colleges in Ontario may not open practical nursing for international students in general, or they required 1 year pre-health if a student want to take practical nursing. However, under the pandemic, and because of the shortage of the labor force in Thunder Bay, Confederation College decided to open some seat for practical nursing to Filipino students only. And like if you are Korean student, if you are Japanese student, you want to apply for this program, and then the school will say no. We just want some Filipino student only. And we waive IELTS if you want to apply for this college. However, we want to see if you used to take any English courses during your high school period of time, or some English courses when you take the university programs, and the minimum of C plus grade in senior levels of high school and post-secondary, and then you will be fine with practical nursing. We want mature student rather than high school graduate, because like this is quite this program is very competitive, and also it's quite difficult to take, and we want someone who are mature in order to make the right decision, rather than like enroll in this program and then they find out, oh, that's so difficult, and then they may change the idea to other programs. So this is all information I want to share with you. First, Confederation College is located in Thunder Bay, and we have a very special stream. Immigration stream covers our place. That is RIP. Please take advantage on this. And second, this is a very wonderful place where we waive IELTS, where the public transportation is free, where we can offer two letter of acceptance for you to support you with visa application and with actual study. We opened practical nursing for Filipino students, and you can take any program at Confederation College without any IELTS certificate. That's very important. And that's all I want to mention in the presentation today. Thank you very much, and back to you, Francis.
All right. Thank you, Min. Our final speaker is one of the education counselors here in Canada, and she will discuss the visa application process and also the assistance that Canada will provide for our future students. Let's
Hi,
all welcome Miss Catherine.
Hi, thank you so much, Sir Francis, and thank you, Min and Ms. Jamie, for joining us today. So I'm going to be really quick with my presentation, and then I'm just gonna share my screen with you. Okay, so once again, welcome to Study in Canada with Canada Education. So I'm going to discuss the benefits of an international student. So as an international student in Canada, of course, there are rules and regulations you need to follow. So first of them is that you have to be always enrolled at a designated learning institution. Okay, you need to make progress towards completing your program. And of course, you have to respect the conditions of your student permit, and you need to stop studying once you do not meet these requirements. Okay, so one interest Canada is that you can work while you study. So as an international student, there are three ways how you can get a job. So first is through the on-campus jobs, which doesn't require you to have a work permit, but you need to be a full-time student and should hold a valid student permit. But these jobs are highly dependent on the availability of jobs on campus. So it's quite limited jobs inside the campus. So the next way of getting a job is from the off-campus jobs, which doesn't require you as well to have a work permit, but you should have started studying before you can actually start working. And then, of course, you should be enrolled in a program. So if your intake, let's say, for example, will be on September or January, and then you arrive in Canada 1 month before your intake, then you should start studying before you can actually start working. And last but not the least is the co-op, which is usually incorporated with the program. It is the same as an internship, and it could be paid or not paid. All right, so as an international student, you can work 20 hours per week during school semester and 40 hours during semestral breaks or holiday breaks. Okay, and of course, one of the exciting benefits of an international student is that you can stay in Canada after you finish your program, or this is what we call the postgraduate work permit. So if your program is less than 8 months, you are not eligible for the PGWP. But if your program is 1 year, you are eligible for 1 year postgraduate work permit, and 2 years, you are eligible for 3 years postgraduate work permit. So this is automatically given, but you have to apply for this. Like you are eligible to get this postgraduate work permit once you finish your program in Canada. All right, I'm sure you have seen the ads or any promotions about bringing your dependents or your family with you. So that is true, guys. You can bring your spouse, your common law partner, and your children. So if you are 18 years old and above and you're still single, your parents, your siblings, your titos and titas, and your cousins are not part of this benefit. So they are not considered as your dependents. So it should be your own family and your children. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, you can start applying for your international application, student application to Canada. We do not collect processing fees. We only collect 10,000 pesos for your visa application and biometrics fees. So we provide free assessment, unlimited throughout this application journey. So from your school application to visa application process, we will be there to help you. Okay, so what are the documents you need to apply to the school of your choice? So first of all, you need to have a passport, and then your academic transcripts, your documents, employment certificates, which will be used later on, and of course, your CV. Okay, so I will take you throughout the steps of becoming a student in Canada. So the first step will be to consult with your counselor. Throughout, so through the consultation, we will be able to provide the right program recommendation that you need to take in Canada. So this is where the assessment happens. We will be asking you questions. What is your background, your work, or your education background? And then from there, we can give you the right program you need to take in Canada. After once we have agreed on which school and which program you need to take, you'll then gather and submit all the required documents, and then we will apply you to a designated learning institution in Canada, and then we will wait for the letter of acceptance. So letter of acceptance varies from one school to another, so it could be as early as 24 hours to 1 month or 2 months. So this is why we highly recommend, if you wanted to apply for the next school year, you should submit all your documents as early as now, because especially for these schools, Confederation College and Northern Lights College, they are high demand schools for international students. So you need to secure your slot already for 2022. Once we are waiting for the letter of acceptance, or once you receive the letter of acceptance, you need to confirm your slot and pay for the necessary tuition fees, okay? And then once you've done that, we will then start with the visa application by getting a medical exam and complete all required visa requirements, and then submit documents for visa application. All right, so there are two types of visa application. The first one is the regular stream, or the most preferred option of visa application of the students. So pre-pandemic or before there is no COVID, the waiting time or the application assessment runs between 6 to 8 weeks. At the moment, we have stopped accepting applications for September 2021 because IRCC has given us a deadline to submit all visa application by May 15. So all applications right now we are accepting for January 2022 until September 2022. Okay, so the requirements for regular stream will be the proof of acceptance from the DLI, your proof of identity, and your proof of financial support, where you are required to provide show money from your sponsor. So sponsor must be your relatives, could be anywhere in the world. So they're not necessarily need to be in Canada, but they should have the required show money in their bank accounts. Sorry about that. So how much is the show money required? It's a 1-year tuition fee and 1-year living costs. So if 1-year tuition fee is around 11,000 or 14,000 plus 10,000 Canadian dollars for your 1-year living costs, so the total amount will be between 21,000 to 24,000 Canadian dollars. So more or less, it will be between 800,000 pesos to 1 million pesos minimum show money. Okay. After that, you will write letter of explanation or your study plan or statement of purpose, whatever you wanted to call it, and we will be guiding you with this process. So we will help you write your study plan and give you the guidelines on how to write the study plan. So once again, for regular stream, you need to have a letter, acceptance letter, proof of identity, your show money, and then the letter of explanation. So the next one is the Study Direct Stream, or the straightforward, hassle-free type of application. Usually, pre-pandemic, the waiting time runs between 4 to 6 weeks. But right now, the application assessment runs between 30 to 14 weeks. So this is why we highly recommend, if you want to apply as an international student in Canada, we must process your application as early as now. So if the school waives your IELTS requirements, like for example with NLC and Confederation College, they are waiving the IELTS proficiency exam. So if you are going to apply through the Study Direct Stream, then you must submit an IELTS score with a minimum band of 6. And then you have to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. And you have to pay a tuition fee for 1 year. So with regular stream, you have to pay 1 semester tuition fee, but with Study Direct Stream, you must pay the 1-year tuition fee, and of course, also write your study plan of purpose.
Hindi nandito. Ay, hindi ah. Dapat dito.
Okay.
Hindi naman sila dito eh.
Don't let COVID stop you from reaching your dreams or plans of studying in Canada. That is because all schools right now are shifting towards online learning, so you can study at the comfort of your home. So that means you don't have to work part-time, and of course you still qualify are in your home country studying. You don't have to be physically in Canada to study. So that's it for my presentation. You can always follow us on our social media pages, on our Instagram and Facebook. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search for my name and then it'll pop it up. All right, so thank you so much, guys, for joining our webinar today. We'll now proceed with our question and answer portion.
All right. This afternoon, we for the Q&A, Min from Confederation College still here, so you can ask him questions about the programs you're interested in Confederation College. One student named Annie asks if there's still available programs for September 2021 intake.
For September 2021 intakes, there are some programs which are still available. So if you need any program, I think you should contact Canada immediately for checking the seat, and then you will know like which one is the best for you.
Okay. Min, this is questions about the delivery of the programs in September 2021. Are there any news about that? Is there going to be online, or the students need to go to Canada and attend a class?
So for September 2021, until now, we don't know yet. However, for May 2021, we just started the semester, and all of them would be online. And however, because we are a public college and we have the DOI, and we were approved by the government to accept international students. So Confederation College can accept international students even you go there to take online course. So when you take any program for May 2021 or like possibly September 2021, you can study in the Philippines. Or if you want to go to Canada, then you have the right to go there. You don't need to worry about anything except like the safeness, the safety on the way to go to Canada. Uh, However, if you have some protection on the way to go to Thunder Bay, and then you would be fine.
Okay.
All right. So, accept high school graduate with the old curriculum. She wants to apply for personal support worker in 2022. So, do you accept that?
Yes, yes.
Is the IELTS
So
for them as well?
um, if she used to take English course during grade 10 for her high school, and then yes, we will waive IELTS for her.
Okay, perfect. That's great. All right. So,
One student asks, he is a graduate of electronics and communication engineering and with work experience in telecommunications. What is the best program for him in Confederation College?
So we have many options. Let me share my screen again. Um, so for engineering, I'm sorry. For engineering program, we have many options. For example, like electronics engineering or instrumentation engineering technician or computer programming that can match to your background. And for the postgraduate program, you can apply for embedded system or with information communication technology. So there are many options for you. So just to make sure which one you really like to take.
All right.
right. So, Min, what do you mean by conditional LOA?
For example, like you have the transcript, but you cannot show the high school diploma. Then we will issue the offer with the conditional for you.
These are with those who are missing documents, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
they will you can issue the conditional LOA so that they can proceed as well for the payment of the tuition fee, and then to follow are the missing documents.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, Min, since your slide is open, one viewer from YouTube is asking how much is the tuition fee for practical nursing?
Oh, so for practical nursing, I need to show this slide. So can you see it?
Yes. Okay. So I'll just mention it. So for first year tuition fee for practical nursing is 18,000. So that would mean she has to pay 9,000 for the first semester.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir Francis?
Okay. I think this will be our last question for this afternoon. And one student asks, if she has work experience in retail company but her bachelor's degree is in tourism and hospitality, what program can she take in Confederation?
So for hospitality, we have culinary management. If you really want to, if you love that program, you would be fine to apply for it. And with this background, you can apply for a postgraduate program in human resource management and international business management if you want to take one of the postgraduate program.
All right. So since you have a work experience in business, you can take the postgraduate diploma courses in Confederation College, and it's available for 1 year or 2 year program.
It is just 1 year program, but you can take 1+1.
Okay. So what she needs to do is apply for another program and extend her visa to make it 2 years to be eligible for 3 years postgraduate work permit.
Yes, Francis. It's very easy. That's a very easy step for a student when you are already a student at a public college.
All right. And
All right. So I think that's it for our session for today. Guys, we will be calling you for a one-on-one consultation and assessment so that we can personally speak with you and provide you the right program recommendation. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this weekend. And I hope you stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much, Min. Thank you so much, Sir Francis. And you guys.
Ian,
Thank you po.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Catherine.
Bye. See ya.
Bye bye.